really, really good at that.
Yeah.
And in general, what I want to see again, I think that can work really, really good on this map, is how they perform with support. Mirage was beautifully done.
Yeah.
Really, so many tiny little details where you saw a person throwing really good flashbangs. Same with supporting NATO with the frags on the A side as a defender. I might see something like this again here in Cash.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Cash is in a very similar to Mirage in the way you can provide team flashes. You can make something happen, especially on the city side. So I hope Sprout will show us the team play again.
Well, if that team play will exist, we're going to see it right now here on Cash. Starting things off with Sprout on that CT site. Dennis having the kit. Speedy, Famine, Percy, and NATO carrying around the armor. And LDLC quite scattered around the map.
They're playing a double on the A side. I mean, there's an early B aggression from Speedy, getting pushed back. But the interesting thing is on A side, we see both players on quad, which seems not at first not so smart of them because it's a close range against USPs. But I think the plan is Percy's searching the duels. Maybe even if he dies, they won't expect Faven to have a second player right there on quad. And there's the A hit, but the Molotov comes perfectly.
And there he comes. There you see once more the support flash coming right in from Dennis. He used those. Percy can make those shots count, but it's going to be Dennis, the man who doesn't even have armor onto himself. Then finding a few more on the side. Bomb is not carried around by any LDLC player. Needs to check all the corners. Oh, that was Dennis whiffing a very crucial one in this. Speedy and NATO need to see what they're actually able to capitalize out of that. I'm not sure if they expect Speedy, but it's too silent around the map. This is the point in time where I should realize, and they're rotating over. If Speedy could just find more than a few body shots, that would be perfect. Nearly does it. The bomb has rotated away. So LDLC can grab number one.
Sadly for Sprout, I mean, even the Molotov was perfect from LDLC because Faven had to move out of quad, even finding the first kill, but then getting crushed by the jumping blocks. And now we see a full eco on the side of Sprout and already some AK single deals. What I find interesting is that LDLC is really going for free Mech-10, so they must know that Sprout will be able to buy M4s next round.
Ouch. At least Favin gets one. Very helpful for them, but they know where the final man stands. A nade just pops in front of his head, more likely on his head.
So I expect from LDLC right now to maybe just rush B or even just go for a explosive push. So maybe one smoke, one pop flash, and you do those drive-bys. Because they have... Okay, at least someone bought an AK. And now they have only two Mech-10s. We can see already three players, or two players, three moving towards the B side. And NATO going aggressive and getting the entry.
That was very crucial in this. NATO finding frag number one for Sprout. A be aggressive kind of setup, which might make LDLC feel quite intimidated.
I think it's only the B fake. We can see Bomb and his teammates still waiting on the A side. Rotation is coming in right now. Only one player left on the A side. NATO, in the meantime, fighting Alex, but now the A hit comes in and Faven.
There he comes. Finds one. That was crucial to do. He will hear the beep of the bomb in a second. Nicolil strikes. This bought the team a good bit of time. Logan still can get that thing down, which means Tuanu is the only one deal any more damage. Not happening. It feels like both teams prepared for this actually quite well. Considering LDLC, what I found the most interesting was 3 rounds ago during the pistol round. They somehow had the idea Speedy was pushing through, and they were staying back on the back line towards T-spawn. So it felt like they knew that Speedy was doing this on a regular basis, and there he didn't get any info. Because usually you would get info from this, okay, they're not rushing B, or they are rushing B.
But also a nice idea from LDT last round to let the two Mech-10s try to hit the B side while the AKs go for the A hit. Alex taking some damage on the boost. We can see LDT going for the mid control right now. There's only Dennis playing from white box. So far the mid control should be gained soon. And LDLC, they could still go for A split. I mean, especially if one on boost waiting up there. It would be perfectly if they just go for execute with a late flank from Alex. But so far LDLC still waiting. We can see one is in Squeaky. One even holding B very passively. So maybe they know that Sprout like to play a little bit more aggressive on the B side, as we saw in the previous rounds. Now it's Alex peeking towards A. No one spotting Highway. The timing could be perfect for him right now.
Oh, this is Alex right now making a quite crucial move for his team. How will Percy be? As he stays in Forklift, doesn't have an idea of Favin though. He proved his game sense yesterday already with that clutch. Now proves it once more. Percy though having an 8 out at the wrong point in time. Favin doesn't stop, picks up a second, takes a look into Highway, finds a fur, then the man seems to be on fire, could connect onto another, realize my gun is empty. There's a Nate too strong. Getting another into this. Well done. I mean, just on paper, that was exactly what you were looking for.
And I'm really so surprised by Favin's. Not only, I mean, we all know he has a very good aiming, but also the game sense he's showing time and time again. With the perfect timing, peeking short, getting the first one, then re-peeking main, getting the trade kill on his teammate, and even then again, feeling that there's something wrong, looking towards Highway, and even finding the one guy trying to lurk into connector. So Favin having a good feel for cash, it seems like. And Speedy again, the B aggression. Timed perfectly this time. The fast mid hit for LDLC and Speedy from behind. Only getting one. Now he's in a little bit of trouble.
Oh, well, I thought he would got him there. There it finally is, but that's team play. Saving your mate, he might be down to 20. It doesn't even matter. LDLC, though, on paper, always, in nearly every situation, stronger than Sprout. So far, they have met each other 5 times. From out of 5 times, there were 3 victories coming from LDLC, 1 from Sprout, and yesterday we had the tie.
So again, it's a classical... Oh, okay, what's happening right now?
Oh,
we see 3 people out main. Oh, and Favin.
Timing,
Favin.
there's one, there's not the
Favin.
second yet, they're not even realizing. There should be one coming towards Forklift. Still, he dealt a lot of damage for the team. And this is right now looking quite decent, but it's not yet done. As NATO Suffix has a long, long way. Just right up ahead of him. Percy with low HP is a victim in just a second. He plays around. He just doesn't seem to be aware how close Alex is. There he goes. Head ripped into pieces. I'm not sure. Did NATO Suffix make any steps? Not certain. Still gets himself Logan, closes the door.
And Bob is down.
And Alex is like, okay, where to go from this? Sure, he has still a lot of time left. He's still able to grab that bomb. Staying there in the back on the forklift like it's a buffet. But they don't show each other. They don't show themselves right now any second. This gives logically Alex a lot of room. And if he goes down to Zed, I'll prepare to Speedy for this. Moves back. And there he has the idea. But might be coming to the wrong time. So unfortunate right now. And that's a German falling. Means only a single Dane is alive. The round started off good. Fabian dealing a good bit of damage in the start of this. But retake capabilities, they are here. Flash, smoke, Molotov, even a kit. And NATO. He has that advantage in this. His opponent down to 44 HP. Check as many angles as possible. And oh, so close. 1 HP it is.
Wow.
A single point of health. And Alex, he got a few situations where time was really his friend. The first strike on Percy, he doesn't look in that direction. The second one there onto Speedy, didn't look in that direction. There we're going to see Joseph again coming out of this. And his spray at that point. That's so unfortunate. If he would have kept his cool, it might have been a little better, but still, killed 40% of the opponents.
And talking about team play, we mentioned it on Mirage. I mean, again, if you look at NATO, he opened the door after the flash from Spitty, so they're perfectly blinding the one player with the bomb towards yellow and allowing NATO to have a very easy frag. And look, LDLC, they're forcing again. It's gonna be a fast hit through Squeaky. 4 people waiting for one pop flash. Oh, and Faven, you need to be careful.
Still finds at least one, Dennis as well. The pistols, they're still continuously getting damage, and also, besides that, finding nothing else than money due to the bomb plants. And this helps you out so much. With 4-2 being the case. Dennis is blocked for the moment. There's a player towards Forklift. He is now known that he went into main. Comes down to just a single individual, stays back on site. They still need to find him around the smoky place. Logan, though, taking out the player onto main, found as well. The kit will seal the deal. Job done. 5-2, and LDLC. Filled wallets are there once more.
Yeah, especially bomb plant, giving them some extra cash. So LDLC so far, I mean, we have seen them going for the A hit, we have seen them going for some B fake, and then an A explode, and also for a more slow approach towards the middle. And now it's again more or less the slow approach. Faven also with Nob, trying to find an early kill into main. Well, maybe there's a pop flash for Percy waiting.
Maybe, just maybe.
There was the flash, but I think Percy missed his timing.
We got a run boost. Twanu, though. He was like really excited for this, but it's like when someone got a surprise for you. You got a gift and you're just like, oh.
Perfectly.
It's just a pair of socks. As you say, perfectly, but perfectly, Percy gets punished. Duvek down to 63 as 60 seconds are left in the clock as well for LDLC. And the French team now will continue the fight. Perfectly taking out the AWP. Where's Molly? But I'm not quite sure if they're expecting anyone to be as close as Alex is. He's going up on the red box. Heaven's end might be close, and Alex just waits for anyone to come up onto Heaven. But they don't expect anyone. They don't see anyone in the moment of surprise. He could catch them all off guard if the flashbang and all the support is there. And patience is on his side. Now the jump will be made. And now Favin will not expect it 1 second, but there comes Dennis, taking a bit of time with that. Can't connect onto a second, and this is once more making it so goddamn close. The bomb will be down. And then Dubek as well as Logan will bring it only down to Logan. The French guy was joined the roster in the beginning of this year. Now needs to fight against 2, and he has heard both. And if he's smart enough for that one, which is very, very possible, he might just get them. Patience. It's not even a case. He doesn't even wait. He sees only one and then starts shooting. And I'm a little bit surprised that Sprout doesn't check that kind of obvious position in this.
I mean, to the defense, there were so many positions open. He could have been anywhere. He could have been just hiding in main, in Squeaky, in quad. There's so many positions, and you're only 2 players, so you need to take some risk. Maybe you don't have the time to check every position. Especially, I mean, Logan played it beautifully. Always moving towards the steps, not showing himself, and great entry from Twanu. Maybe a little bit too aggressive from NATO, especially if I'm not quite sure if he was getting a pop flash from Spitty. It didn't look like it. Oh, now Spitty even going for more aggression.
Comes the York.
That's important. If
Really
he dies right here, the round would be over.
Just a piece of metal separating Faven and Devadumek. Squeaky has been hurt, the player that is up there in Shroud. He plays a role in this, but Alex has a sort of idea. Devadumek got forced back. And Faven, he can't make the change for the team. Percy back on side, the man who didn't do too much damage yet, starts things good. Can't connect onto a second as well, and so frags are happening on the side of A. But that's it. Logan, though, dinked. And Twanu, the man with the op, is the last man standing for the French team. Gets at least the bomb on the ground, and now needs to be the guardian of the site. Not letting anyone with the green leaf come close. Could start things good. Sees anyone coming close. There he doesn't get the shot. Dennis accepted that you whiff. and secures number 6 for Sprout.
So I think it was an important round for Sprout. Since LDLC again, we can see not the best money they can wish for. It's all over the place, and Logan even going for the 4. So, okay, I'm not quite sure why LDLC is not taking it slow. I mean, normally you'd expect them, let's just do one more eco, maybe buy some pistols, maybe do some damage to the economy of Sprout, and let's buy next round fully. But they decide to go for it. Only 1 AK on Logan, 1 Galil on Troanu, and other than that we have 1 Tech 9, 1 Deagle, 1 CZ. So nearly every pistol available. And NATO with the AWP. Also great team play. We see NATO holding the cross while Speedy already picking up the smoke. So as soon as NATO sees something, the smoke from Speedy will come in.
Crucial information play. Funny that you mentioned it. Why they're not taking it slow, but in this round, a very slow approach. Though with, well, economy, they're spending every single dollar they just got, like a teenager, with his first pocket money.
And they're faking mid control right now. We have cross smoke in middle, so Sprout wasting some resources towards middle while the A hit is coming in right now.
And A seems to be a little bit more of the vulnerable side, as Percy most of the time is not really able to get most of the control by himself. Will now swing a little wide, but players are coming left, right, and center. Is at least able to get David Duvek, but one of the players is already expecting him and just needs to peek a little wider, but then it's Troanu who gets the Dane in the end. And oh, Speedy like, oh, what is happening here? Wiggles around, but with their buy, as LDLC is continuously finding players of the Sprout side, they will definitely go for the safe.
I mean, the only thing that was missing for Sprout right now is we normally saw as soon as there was a hit, I mean, Percy had played it perfectly. Biding his time, waiting for a team for his teammates to arrive, to maybe pop flash in front of main. But I'm not quite sure if either Sprout didn't have any flash left for Percy to use on the A side, or if maybe the players just rotated passively because of the 2 smokes in the middle. I mean, just one flash was missing for Percy, and I think he could have won the round for Sprout. But at least for now they have some money left. I mean, they're buying what they can. Percy is getting a drop, or maybe it's Faven. Yeah, it's Faven with the Farmers and Percy with the CZ. And sadly, NATO not the best spawn. So normally, especially if you don't have the best buy, you hope for your AWP player on the CD side to have maybe a top spawn so he can maybe try to find an opening kill by going aggressive on B, maybe even aggressive towards main. I mean, there are many positions you can try to find the first entry on the CD side.
Six to 4 it is. Cash. Remember, Sprout has not won with this lineup yet. They've played it in the last few months twice. Once against Kingwin, once against Vitality. The map being picked by LDLC, and saying that LDLC has picked this map, it still is a comparatively weak performance. We're seeing it's a little bit poor what they're delivering us right now. I would have expected a little more from that point. I know we're just in round number 11. There's more to come. The special thing, though, is both teams are on the brink to getting, well, down or even under the breadline, and that is quite bad if you think about it, because they're trying to play for survival. More important though for LDLC, because Sprout already got 6 rounds, which is quite okay if you switch over to the T side, which is a little bit more favorable. And this is where Nate Safix just starts off strong, might continue, but the smoke wall lets him move back. First 25 seconds, casualties on the side of LDLC.
And that's what you like to see, especially if you're Sprout and you don't have the best buy right now. Dennis nearly missing his timing. Maybe he should fall back, but there's one player in the vent waiting for him. Great pop flash, but only getting one. And also Speedy not really able to capitalize on the pop flash, which was so perfectly from the A side.
And that mid push. It seemed like Dennis was getting a little greedy with all of this for one moment. He was waiting maybe just for that support flash. That's what it felt like. But Speedy's flank.
The bomb.
And Twanu's non-existing awareness. And this is a little odd. This feels like Sprout is right now the terrorist coming in a little late.
Yeah.
And they're all over the place. They have flanked and they have scouted every single position. Favin just finds Daviduvek and Logan switched side, came in as a CT and has to retake the position they have lost, or not even gained. And this shouldn't be all working out for him. The flank and right now all the movement from Sprout was on point, spot on.
I mean, I'm only surprised that Spitty wasn't able to do a little bit more damage from Vents because no one was looking Vents, or it did look like no one was looking Vents. I mean, the pop flash from A was really perfect. But in the end, it was Spitty, especially his frag under the bump carrier. We saw LDLC. I mean, if he fails this frag against the bump player, LDLC had a very good position to play out the round. But this, of course, every map control gained, they had to give it away because the bomb was dropped near the B side. And now, look again, it's a first from LDLC. I mean, only 2 AKs on Amanek and Twanu, but they already showed before how dangerous they can be with those kinds of buys.
And then it's on 8-8, everything quite normal for Sprout. If we take a quick look on the scoreboard for a second, we're just going to realize it's Favin really doing a good job, and he realized that there's more than just fragging to this guy. 12-8, very well deserved so far. And Amanek, there's firepower missing for LDLC. You just see that right there.
Oh, Dennis needs to be careful. I think he just didn't see Alex. He could expect Alex, but even NATO not really covering white box. Oh, this could be crucial. Now, if Alex hits the right timing.
Oh, he does.
But he's whiffing his shot.
Yeah, and that's not really good if you take a look at it like that, because the problem that just occurs at that point is that your team is running out of options. Sprout is going to get the first half.
Yeah.
Daviduvek. He's going to fight and fight and fight and fight, but he's not going to find a thing. I mean, he's still got full armor, but Percy is gonna find him. What I find very interesting about all of this, Amanek is a guy with a 1.19 rating, right? Definitely someone to always look out for, and someone who's able to really step up his game. But funny-wise, when it comes down to cash, to just this specific map, his 1.21 KDR turns around into a 0.92. That's around 0.3 worse.
Yeah.
And this is where we see right now his firepower is missing for this team of LDLC. And Percy is at least having the support of his teammate. There's a bit of a Glock starting fight, but picking it, you can't win it. Alex taken out 9-4. It looks all good.
Yeah, and the scary thing for LDLC is if we take a look of the win percentage from Sprout, so they normally tend to win, especially on the T side. And I mean, the T side is still coming for Sprout. And if they, on the CT side, even got 9 rounds and even maybe 11 rounds, it doesn't look too good for LDLC. And now you can see how versatile Cash is. Now we go for a mid peek from NATO, finding the first, just using the smoke to get away. And even Dennis, oh, I think they're trying to boost, but Dennis taking some shots. The thing is, will they expect Dennis to be boosted? It doesn't look like it. Yeah, it's gonna be an easy frag for Dennis.
Yeah, it's perfectly done. That boost worked out. The discipline of NATO was very outstanding in this. As he keeps his cool, as he sticks to his plan, he lets his rational side of his brain speak to himself. Smoking it off, you got a frag, you don't need much more, but Alex is very silently already sneaking onto the B site. And Speedy's not hitting the timing, and it might be though NATO finding him. It isn't the case, and now Code Red. Because that belongs now to the site of LDLC. The thing is though, 50 more seconds, Amanek hasn't grabbed the bomb yet, and they're coming from middle. They're visitors who want to pick Daviduvek. Oh no. And he hasn't seen them. And right now this is the play you need, but he might just grab it. He's gonna take his time. Dennis doesn't eat the grenade, but he's going to be taken out. And Favin is the only man to look out for, as this guy could just save the day. He only needs to hold the cross. They could also try to pick onto the A site. But there's going to be Alex, and he's realizing, okay, there's nobody B. 20 more seconds, and LDLC need to commit right now, and they do. The problem that might occur is Emanek, but in case of Favin reacting right to this, he might look to his back, but he doesn't. Very sad play. With NATO getting a great entry, it then turned around.
I think I can't remember quite which match we saw already this mistake happen on B side. We saw Spitty playing very passively, and I mean, of course he's trying to just spot an enemy and just play it safe, but he was playing a little bit too passive, opening up the opportunity for LDLC. When the round was already won, it was 2 entry frags for Sprout. There was no way of losing the round if you just play it safe. And I mean, it's so sad for Sprout to lose this round, and even now maybe the follow-up round.
On Davaduvek. Unbelievable job he was just doing there with through the wall. It's a classical wall bang. It's nothing even too crazy, but well, Twanu seems to like the heat, and the heat of the moment, it just gets worse. LDLC might be in a sauna, and the one that's actually being provided by a single Dane. Natus Havocs. Now announced himself. Position quite obvious. The guy could try to go to the side of A with this. He will definitely do so. Keeping himself scoped in. Utility still existent in his first shot. It doesn't even connect anywhere. LDLC with number 6 coming close to Sprout. And now they're switching to the site where everything's going to be turned around.
And also nice to see that on Sprout sides, like everyone is chipping in. Everyone is doing their job. Maybe a little mistake from Spitty on the B side. I think if he just played it a little, even if he plays it a little bit aggressive, just playing it safe that no one, not even with the greatest timing luck, is able to... Okay, what's happening right now? Okay, I've never seen this before. We see 5 people from LDLC all towards mid. No B control or A control. They're playing complete retake. I mean, we have a smoke and the fuse get on Twanu, but still a very interesting tactic. I mean,
it's a form of art.
Yeah.
Maybe. But I mean, what they were maybe trying to do was a very different approach. Percy starts things off, but he can't keep his trigger finger. And Favin doesn't need to peek. That's just him being killed. And those are unnecessary peeks. Sprout had the control. They had the man advantage. They were giving that away. And now they're trying to push the guy offshore. They just did that. The kit is now unavailable for Logan. The question is this round unavailable for Logan? He sees a bit of the hat, the haircut. Just a single centimeter of his forehead. And Nathan just needs to wait. He just needs to wait. There's no time for Logan. He bought it. It doesn't matter. Logan can't even do it with the kit. He's grabbing the bit. Scrout, every single player fell on the ground, died, landed in the coffin. But the LDLC, they can't make it. And this is where we need to talk about discipline.
Yeah, I mean, you could say there were maybe some overpeaks. But at this level, I would say, I mean, if you're Favin, you're getting the first headshot, you're feeling confident, you're maybe even betting that the city won't expect you peeking again because it would be the, let's say, not the smartest move, but sometimes not the smartest move can be even smarter. So, in the end, it all works out. I mean, I'm not a big fan of LDLC's pistol round. Of course, if the enemies decide to go somewhere towards middle, you probably got the round. But otherwise, I mean, it's so sure that the enemies at least get a bomb plant out of this round because you have no one B, no one A. So I'm not quite sure what.
It's a gamble.
Yeah, it's a very big gamble, especially a pistol round.
Oh, and this is Logan finding a beautiful double, and just like on a tableau, It's the bomb served, and Logan doesn't stop with a third. He continues his streak, and his man wants more. And he wants Favin, and he wants Speedy, and he equips himself with the MAC-10, but he's confident enough to just say, I'm taking the Deagle. I got 7 bullets, and I'm going to make those 7 count. It's going to be only Joseph Baumann and his teammate Dennis who might save the day, and Logan peeking, wiggling, and hoping, but this man should be dead, and Dennis is. That triple from Logan was really saving the day for LDLC, keeping him in the fight as early as possible, and Sprout didn't stand a chance. He was pressing A and D, and whilst he was doing it, he found beautiful frags. Take a look at the other one, NATO running in it, and he exactly knows where to aim a little bit off the back of the yellow painted forklift.
Yeah, it's a crucial round for Sprout. I mean, now of course they're going for the force buy. It was just even a small eco round for LDLC. I think they didn't fully commit to the last round, only buying some pistols and Logan making it work. Yeah.
And put that in consideration. Sprout is leading 10-7, but they have lost both pistols.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And that's not true. Sorry, they have lost 1 pistol. The other one they lost with, well, 1 with all players dying. And then the follow-up, though. That's where they got screwed. Still shocking, if you ask me, that this round went in that way. But Favin & Co. can still recover it, because Dennis seems like he's feeling it. Re-picking a little too often maybe from Percy. Dennis continues. We talked about Swedish Deagles. Well, maybe Dennis has a little bit of those Viking genetics in him. That's a beautiful frag, but he's taken out finally. NATO continues. This is where it's getting in.
Jesus
goes
Christ.
For another. Tuanu, you're airborne, but this doesn't change the fact that NATO knows where to aim.
Yeah, I mean, Sprout, they saw Logan win the round with Deagle, saying probably themselves, well, what Logan can do, we can do ourselves. And I mean, amazing entries from Dennis, but also a nice round, a nice way to end the round from NATO.
That's phenomenal.
Especially the second one. I have no clue how he got that headshot.
And that's a response to Logan. Yeah, I mean, you can do it. We can do that.
Yeah.
We have done it for eternity. Who are you? And so Tuanu tries to wallbang as much as possible. You see the majority right now of LDLC not looking good with the weaponry. Dabudak doesn't hit his shots, can't connect one at all. And that puts his team in trouble. But Emanek has an answer to all of this. Push through smoke and maybe make it possible, but so far so good. It is for Sprout working. That should be number 12. Players already evacuating back to the chopper, back to the headquarter.
They're even going for exits. Now we can see Alex only with the 5-7 getting boosted, hoping from some terrorist to go even a little bit further back and maybe. But Percy, I mean, wow! Talk about awareness. Pre-aiming the boost, and I would say, I mean, LDLC could have gotten around if Deudek hadn't missed so many shots. I mean, there were 2 very easy frags he could have gotten.
That's very true, but well, they didn't keep the door open for the team. Even the next buy of LDLC is not satisfying. Because what you need to see, Emanek and Tuanu, third losing bonus, should be $2,400. You still end up with 3-9. Means body armor, M4, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Or you logically go for FAMAS or something like a UMP. But it comes down, Emanek can deal damage. The map where he's not even that good at, Timo Richter starts the business, and over there in Vent, Alex enters the site, or more likely just the vent room for the moment. Devadubak is the only individual who will go for any kind of aggression, because Tuanu hugging his op, keeping it close. Devadubak doing it right. Even grabbing an M4.
So little fun fact, the name of Devadubek, his last name, Dobro Savljevic. The first part, Dobro, means good in Serbian. So if you want to say, if you like something, say...
Dobro
good
player,
job,
dobro player.
Dobro.
Okay. Thank you.
So maybe it's David the good guy. David good. David Dobro.
David Goodwich.
Good bitch, yeah.
You Serbians. I'm sure someone made up a joke that you're all witches.
I mean, I never heard it before, but probably.
But the witch of LDLC, the curse that's over this team regarding cash, it's keeping them away from taking out Sprout. And as they're doing a major investment with this, Twanu on the op, Logan investing into the AUG. This is where Sprout could close the chapter.
Yeah.
The one called Cash, where they can continue on Nuke, the map where they're having a quite high rate of actually taking out LDLC 2-0.
And we can see Sprout is probably expecting some crazy push from LDLC right now. They're playing a very broad default, one very passively looking towards B, one guarding Sweeky, and Percy trying to find an opening in the middle. I hope that Percy doesn't peek for himself in the middle. At least he needs a teammate to help him out.
Ah, there he goes. That is so nicely done. Percy gets Amanek, forces him out. He could have also moved the other way around, but then you see Speedy might have gotten him.
On Alex, perfect. Perfect
Alex
timing.
knocks on the back door. Could have waited maybe a few seconds longer, but he was maybe a little bit too scared that this could backfire. Whilst at the same time, the players are preparing in front of the gates of the A site. Utility be thrown out. Twanu won't see a thing, can't flick. Tunnel vision makes it impossible. Also, the man who whiffed a few op shots a little earlier now needs to make it with the M4. Can bring it down to 1. It's this Dennis who falls on the ground, and Alex pushing through. He should be taken. It's another Frenchman falling. LDLC. You only got Logan left.
Yeah, now let's see. I mean, they could buy next round if they want to.
It's not a good buy, though.
Yeah, low. Yeah, and I think now maybe they should just eco. They would have enough money, but I mean, LDLC should maybe play for the overtime. Although we already saw them making some crazy plays with just a few weapons.
Yep.
But as we can see, they're just going for deagles. So maybe if they get lucky, they can win the round. If not, they will be still able to buy properly in the next round. And Speedy this time going for a fast B pick. Oh, Logan nearly getting away. But in the end, it's Speedy finding Logan, who tried to make something up with the deagle. Alex boosted, but waiting. Still waiting for some steps, maybe towards A main.
NATO suffix. He might just send Faven to die in the end. But nope, he got the awareness and he got the right shot into the face of Alex. This might be a 15-7. In case Twanu, Daviduvek, or Amanek. Nothing to deliver. I mean, the Deagle God of the French side is already dead, Logan, who actually gifted LDLC a single round by getting a very, very decent Deagle triple. Twanu might just do that as well, but the flash is on the side. Everyone on the French side is fully blind in a matter of seconds. It's a 15-7, and right now this is the final buy coming in from LDLC.
And also perfect flash from Sprout. So talking about team play again, team flashes. I mean, we saw how Sprout even perfectly coordinated the flash towards the A side, and with the flash, both players just crossing and finding both kills on the A side and LDLC. I mean, it's the last chance. We see double up, Amanek and Twanu both going for it. And Sprout this time not really covering B. Maybe they're preparing for a fast A hit. We see two players still at Squeaky, so probably two smokes, one flip side smoke, one heaven smoke. It's gonna be a hit right now.
They're preparing for that. Players are rotating, and Stuanu, who's going to arrive as an assistant. Amanek is a little far away from the action, and Speedy. It's going to be denied time-wise. Did they do any mid-round calls? Stevudak starts off good. Might just find someone else through the smoke. No shot connects. The man is still alive somehow, and nobody has taken him out. But there it comes. Alex, though, instantly refragging. Staying back on the side now. Alexander McMackin was a little bit forced away with the Molo. Mid-round calls are arriving. Speedy should stay away from that door. It's getting dangerous. But the B-side rotation is happening, and we see Amanek, who still stays in Z, which means it's only Logan to guard the site. So no C4 gets on. His position, it's a very bit of an off angle. Starts off good. NATO is going to be taken out, stays disciplined on the side. Speedy, though, is able to find Amanek. Does he expect the player already to be on headshot? No, he doesn't. And Dennis will get that one down. Speedy, he's the one in the tricky position. Alex comes wide. Dennis still stays alive. And that buys Speedy the opportunity. Dennis just staying up there, but no, it needs to be now only Speedy. No chance. He's denied. And Tuanu, as well as Alex. They're keeping it.
I'm pretty sure that Sprout wasn't expecting LDLC to have so much money, because normally if you go for straight execute, I mean, Sprout had no information on B, no information on middle. They didn't even bait out some smokes, or Molotovs didn't even wait for LDLC to use some utility. So if you go straight for a hit, you must expect, or you must be prepared. The Cities, of course, will Molotov towards Squeaky, smoke off main, have even more flashes, Molotovs left to delay you. So it's a little bit of strange that Sprout went in this round exactly instantly for a hit, but I think they didn't expect them to have so much equipment.
And then there comes Percy. A man who wanted to find more than that. Though in the end denied by Tuanu. Though highway control seems to be in their favor. And right now we see Tuanu moving away from the A side. Basically it's an open spot. Main is where Daviduvek pushes. The bomb is down, and so there's a tendency awareness right now existing for LDLC. So you have a kind of idea where Sprout wants it to go, where they need to go, and what they are about to do next. Speedy making quite loud steps, and Amanek was down 6 to 17. The man barely doing anything right for his team. Now, find the first. There's number 7 for him. Might just do a little bit more damage. But Dennis tried to do the flank, tried to go outside quite far. Fabin baits out a shot and then finds himself at least that kill. Can connect onto Logan as well, but it was not enough. Tuanu, that would have been the perfection.
But I mean, still damage done from Sprout. So if we take a look at the money from LDLC right now, they don't have too much money. They need to reinvest a lot. And I'm not quite sure if they're gonna have the perfect buy. I mean, Logan only on an MP9. That's not what you want to have if you're down 15 to 9. And on the other hand, Sprout with 5 AKs, all the equipment they need. And this time, we see 2 players aggressive towards B side. It's gonna be a B fake and a hit with all 3 players on the A side going for the A hit, coming through Squeaky. But this could be devastating because we can see LDLC right now. 1 player already inside main. We're not quite sure if Sprout will check main.
Oh, there they come. Favino getting the highway player. Bomb is still down, and Tuanu smoked off. No chance. He doesn't have any vision anymore, and he might just get sprayed through. This is exactly what Fabin wanted to do, and the players are quite far away from B. Means Amanek and Logan need to put in maximum effort to make this a number 16 for themselves in the end in overtime. But that would be the icing on the cake. Hard to imagine that one will work, because NATO has the awareness, and this now puts Logan in the spot to be the hero. He has done it with a Deagle, but he gets denied in the end by the AK. Sprout with a 16 to 9 on their opponent's map pick. LDLC decided to pick Cash. LDLC decided to lose Cash at the end of the day. NATO, Selfix, and Co have done a quite great job on this right now.
Yeah, especially if you look at the stats. I mean, everyone chipped in. No one was really ahead of the other. Of course, Dennis topping the scoreboard, also Percy delivering, but everyone made their frags. And I mean, especially Amanek on the side of LDLC. underperforming bigly.
Yeah, that's true. That's, well, normal for Amanek on this map. What's also normal for us is, well, for you to check out the social media. United Masters League on Twitter and Twitch. Follow us because there's a lot of action to come ahead of you. Maybe a little bit of a sinking club as well.
Hopefully,
A nice tasty Schnettger. We're going to keep you informed about that, but we're going to go on to the final map of the day in just a bit.
Let's go.
teams seemed prepared. LDLC seemed what Sprout was doing here on Cash, but still couldn't really figure a way to take that one home. Starting off, the best example, if you ask me, was that round number 1. Speedy taking an aggressive approach through the B side, trying to get a bit of information, but in the end, still not dying because there's not a rush coming at him, and no one rotating back because they were staying back on the ground line. So it seemed like LDLC had a game plan, how Sprout wants to approach this, but in the end, the entire construct has really worked for the Green Leaves. But no second to be wasted. Let's go directly onto Nuke, the map we have already seen today. Let's see how that one will go just right this moment.
It's a fast approach from LDLC, but...
You can't even open up your mouth properly.
Yeah.
Players dying left, right, and center. Famine with the long-range clock. No idea how he even hit any of those shots.
I mean, we're 10 seconds in, it's a 2v2, so I'm fine with that.
You know when I played a Glock, I think I could really be 3 meters away from the guy and I still wouldn't hit his head. Even if I'm on the head. Even if I'm on the head, it feels weird. Glock is a bit of a Kinder Surprise. You know, you're trying your best to make that one work. Dennis, though, finds Devaduve. Emanek is the only individual to be alive. Sees there's a Favin as well as a Dennis just underneath, but 12 bullets are just 12 bullets, and Dennis finding a 4K in the end.
Yeah, it looked in the first second like LDLC was just shutting down Sprout in the beginning, and then somehow Dennis finding 2 quick headshots into the A side. And now, again, it's a good start from Sprout, unless, unlike yesterday, we saw Nuke, where I think they were down 8-0, or even higher, I'm not sure.
It started off quite badly. It was not 8-0, but it was in the end 8-2, and that's still a scoreline. You don't want to be in that. And they never found a way really into it because the half ended 12-3. Sprout still got up 16-11, so you could call it definitely a very decent and proper try to come back into the game. But at the end of the day, it's Sprout right now taking the 1-0 lead, making that a 2-0 if they continue that fashion. Underneath of Percy, there's still Twanu waiting, but NATO Spray is on point. Just pointed it out real quick. The man who, well, quite massively underperformed regarding his his average rating, Amanak, who was down 8-19 last time both met, which was funny-wise yesterday. He got 28 frags in 27 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, he's just underperforming. We already saw in the pistol round with his EZ, not hitting any bullet, and we can see already the vent lurk successfully, although I think David Dobrosavljevic is ready for it.
Very interesting how Favin just waited there in the vents.
Yeah.
To just hope that anyone just rushes directly after him. What do we see? 2-0. Sprout want to get that one over with. Technically speaking, just from a technical aspect. In case Sprout wins this would mean they would take the lead of, right now, our standings. With 7 points in total and a round difference. They're right now on 29, which is insane. And right now, insane shots are needed by Alex. Sprout seem to go in the right direction with this. Not shaky.
Yeah, LDLC is still going for it. I mean, now it's a 3v2, but still, it's very optimistic from them.
And the question is, does anyone expect him right now that he's in a control room after the Molotov has been thrown?
Yeah.
Because I think nobody has heard him. Percy doesn't seem to expect him. Now he has a lot of free movement. Wrong corner checked. Speedy didn't see that one coming. In case NATO Savix would have fallen, then it could have really been working out. But Logan was far away from the action anyway. So, a single M4 saved. Sprout with a solid 3-0 lead.
I don't think LDLC saw Faven going down the vents because, as we saw right now, the player on ramp not even looking if anyone was coming from behind. And you could say it was the vent play from Faven winning the round, because he got the entry onto the ramp player, his teammates could just rotate through the ramp. Down there, Alex only getting 1 frag, which is not enough to do anything about it. I mean, and now Sprout looking very promising. It's only 3 rounds in, but I mean, still, if you compare it to the last nuke match, it's a way better start for Sprout. And I think they're it seems like they're one of those teams, if they get a good start, they really just start to flourish.
That's true. That's very, very true. And at that point, I just might see Sprout going further in this, especially when they're switching onto the CT side, because they felt very comfortable on that previously. So it seems like even 6-7 rounds would be quite okay to then take out LDLC. And talking about that, the only real threat in this is, well, Logan. But otherwise, as he can handle the M4 quite well, and as the only one of armor, logically, he's going to carry that one around. Otherwise, the Deagle onto Twanu. And already executed Amanek, who used to have a ZZ in his hands. Dennis comes in from behind. Logan should be the last one. If this guy even falls right now, and nobody of Sprout does, this would be perfect for their economy right now.
Yeah, Logan hoping to save his weapon. But we can see, I'm not quite sure if Sprout is just waiting for a bomb plant to have more time to hunt Logan, but it looks more or less like they're trying to play it safe, not to die in the meantime, and they're taking their time. Yeah, they just don't want to make any mistake and get caught off guard. We can see him checking every possible angle. But I mean, time is running low, and now they're going towards Logan.
Oh no.
And look at the time. I'm not quite sure what
this could work due to time. Does he find the bomb planter? No, they're not allowing him to get that. But that got quite close, and I'm not quite sure why they've done the decision, but they felt like that's the way. They didn't want to adumbrate themselves already towards the B side, so rather do the switch over. It didn't work that well in the end, if you consider that Logan had a good opportunity there, but you see how it works. You see how it goes, and you see Sprout with a 4-0 victory so far. And this is once more a bye, where afterwards it will look quite devastating for LDLC in case they're giving that one away.
And now the fast A main push. Dennis finding 2 opening kills, then getting traded by Twanu, and there's still one player lurking on the outside. Yeah, and it all works out perfectly.
In a matter of seconds.
Yeah, everyone dying at the same time. I mean, it looks like the game yesterday on Nuke didn't even happen. And Amanek, still 0 frags for him in 5 rounds. And I mean, normally on the city side, you always are able to find at least 1 frag if you get a good angle.
Into Suffix on a 5-1. The entire team looks right now solid.
Yeah.
They looked like yesterday they had a really slow start where they're stalling the engine. It doesn't get really rolling and it feels a little rusty maybe for some reason. But after that one insane, horrendous, terrific win there on Mirage, things turned around. As I even say a thing, things turn around in favor of LDLC with just a ZZ's close range utility of this gun used, and so Faven, who could be clutching this, needs to make it all on his own. Got 3 frags, but I think he's not aware how close players are. Sad story for Joseph. And there's number 1 for LDLC. The classic 5-round streak where it then turns around.
The good thing for Sprite right now is we can see they didn't suffer so much economically in the first 5 rounds. So they're still able to buy not even this round, also probably the next 2 rounds if they lose this. One Fate Molotov, that could be important, but then maybe there was 1 flash missing for him because he just tried to go into the vent before the smoke even popped there.
Or if it would have been the cousin of Usain Bolt, maybe then he would have made it. But a Sprout, a team that can rely actually on each other's support, so I think maybe it was a bit of a communication thing. Maybe he felt confident enough to just can make that.
I mean, we saw Faven do the same thing without even getting noticed, so why not try it again?
And Amanek, this man who's known for his good plays, top 8 placement individually in Chicago.
Yeah.
Still needs to find a frag after 6 rounds played. Speedy and Co. might just make his, well, opportunity to get a frag delay even further. As we see Twanu hold the right angle. Sprout still looking to enter any of those bomb sites. Speedy though falling down. This is Alex getting rewarded for his aggression. He stands nearby. His angle, I'm not quite sure how much they're expecting that. How much they're having the opportunity. They have all the utility to get the access to this, not using it. And NATO falling. Faven and Percy are running out of options. Joseph Bauman still gets that done. The bomb will be planted and he has the opportunity to win this. But with 19 HP, the initial situation is quite terrible and he can't escape. He has no opportunity. But he waits it out behind the smoke. Twanu comes close, puts him down to 4. And there he gets him in the end. And that seemed like it was even mid-air. It felt like that at least, but there it goes. Second one.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
And even though Twanu didn't kill him with the USP shot through smoke, you saw how Faven got a little bit confused because he was holding the angle towards Alex, or who was up there.
I think it was Debedek.
Yeah, right, Debedek. And then by getting hit through smoke, he just snapped back, looking where the shot came through.
Yeah.
And the second round for LDLC, so they're trying to come back into this game right now, although we can see Sprout, as I said before, still enough money to buy. They can even go for an AWP for NATO if they want to. I mean, so far they didn't really rely on NATO playing the AWP, finding an opening kill. They're more or less were very successful with the AKs to create some chaos. But I think about it, although now NATO going for the AK.
If anyone is going to descend into chaos, that's a different sort of thing. I mean, LDLC still able to build up a decent economy, as even though as they're winning rounds, losing players all over the place, again and again and again. I love this song. It reminds me so much of that Red Hot Chili... Was it Red Hot Chili Peppers? I think it was Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yeah, it is. It sounds like a very similar riff, at least. But that's hype up. This is where I want to go into stadium and start... I don't know. Play Counter-Strike.
Yeah, we can see some support flashes so far, especially from Percy.
This is so typical Percy. This is exactly what this man usually does. And Speedy, Faven, and Co. They don't want to give LDLC too much room to breathe. I mean, sure, I said 6 rounds are okay to work with regarding the CT performance we've previously seen from them, but you still logically want more than that.
So this is gonna be an important round for Sprout. Now their economy doesn't look too well anymore. And Twanu really challenging it. I'm not quite sure what his plan was. Somehow starting with 7 HP, maybe even finding a frag.
It's unbelievable. I mean, I'm quite sure this was not his initial plan to get then get down to 7 HP and find an op shot because someone is getting a little greedy. But they still did that. At the same time, they expect Dennis to come.
Wow.
Logan has a good idea of what's happening with the team. Debedek can continue and get himself another. Very odd. The idea of Dennis was great.
Yeah.
But the aggression there from Twanu, that's like you barely see it. He goes first, sees that, thinks that he can win a duel against AKs in that kind of fashion.
I don't think he expected someone close to his right. It looked like there was some call made maybe from some player on the A side that, hey, I think they're going to rush A. I have no clue. I mean, it looked like there was just copy calling him, hey, Twanu, maybe you could rush through. Oh, and Alex perfectly lined him up.
Oh no, Alex! There's more to come, and this man somehow survives magically. He still is on 18 HP, and I mean, regarding what he did, this was definitely not really what he wanted to get out of that. I mean, this was weak. I mean, this was not the loot you were looking for. Namanek, though, finding Speedy, found low HP as well.
But look,
Yeah,
I think he's just the best team player. He knows Amanek has a rough time right now, so he's just trying to do some damage on the players and let Amanek get also some kills to build up the confidence on him. So, well done from Alex.
You think they really thought about that?
I think he whiffed on purpose. That's what a true in-game leader would do. Boosting the confidence of your teammates.
No, we'd rather keep players alive, right?
Yeah.
Twanu, the man who wants to grab an early frag there, is suddenly rather retreating as he realizes I don't have any vision on this door at the moment. That would I'm pretty sure that he has been heard. Supports his teammates straight up, but Dennis finds Alex. Not quite sure if he expects Devaduvek to be there. He doesn't, obviously. Devaduvek comes in, but you might climb up the ladder, but you're not allowed to be successful with that. Peeking twice. Tanu does it right. And Percy, not the guy to find that. But you don't expect the players then to push through a Molotov. That's like...
I mean, although I must say at this point, I mean, so many players are pushing for Molotovs.
Yeah.
The thing is, Molotov does a lot of damage, but just after, I think, 2 or 3 seconds. In the first 2 seconds, it does a lot of less damage than in the end. So, normally if you throw a Molotov, you should always wait at least 2 seconds, and if then no one is pushing, then you can be sure that no one will even try to push through, because he will die.
Oh, Favin.
Yes, I missed it.
Burning away. And LDLC are getting close. They seem to not only tie it up, as they have done previously, they seemingly could get the lead in this. And we have seen already the Deagle of Dennis and also NATO Safix do a great job so far. There it comes. There's still a player hidden. And this is where Dennis finds another. The German Deagle player. Doesn't even need a rifle to make this one look good for Sprout. Logan and Alex have a variation in position, you could call it. And all the alacrity that this man Dennis brings to the table could just win them around after looking like they're struggled for a bit of time. But Alex is still on the yoke, the magic rifle. With Logan sticks to the classics, standards, and they hear all those players come by. It's just one step out of the ladder. NATO comes in with nothing else than that, and Dennis arrives. Wow.
I mean, he had no chance. He just got dinged twice to the wall, and then you have to finish him. And I'm pretty sure that Amanek didn't communicate very well to Twanu what was happening, because we saw Amanek got flashed, he hid behind the box, and Twanu was there to just maybe bait the enemies, but you saw him throw the Molotov and just getting pushed by 2 pistol players. So I think that Amanek didn't quite well put it to Twanu, hey, you need to be careful because there are 2 or 3 players right around the corner.
Yeah. Shots. Utility being traded between Percy and Devaduvek.
NATO.
Have you heard it? How patient will he stay? Oh no. It seemed like the tunnel vision might get LDLC's Amanek down to the ground. That didn't happen. Sprout still having the man advantage, or also count in HP. With Speedy, Faven, and Percy majorly playing Ox, by the way.
And that's how you play the Arc. Just exactly like it. Like that. Only in the scope, full focus, tunnel vision, headshots only.
You think that's how the Arc is originally built?
Yes.
There's a major doubt.
One runtime shake, 1 Arc, 1 scope, and there's no way you can lose.
You think that's the recipe to global elite?
At least.
Talking about he loses with a scoped AUK to an AK.
But
He didn't drink the runtime.
Yep, that's exactly
true.
right.
Okay, giving you that one. Bodek will just come out from the vents. To the side of A is the only one who really stands a chance in this. Sure, Logan has the AWP, 1 shot, 1 kill, but free HP, anything Gets this man out, and he stands wide in the open. Favin is the only one to seal that one. Gets just frag needed. Oh, and the hole in the door! That makes it possible for Joseph Baumann. Beautifully done. The tiny gap, he realized it, shot through, made it work. And there it goes.
And now look at the economy of LDLC right now. No money left, only pistols. Alex already finding the staff to the hands of Alex.
Oh, and there it goes. Thing happening,
beautiful.
Percy. Getting the Belgian Air Force. And a 5-7. Where Percy continues. 3 frags found. Logan doing his best speedy impression possible. I just wait for the scream. I somehow hope someone of Sprout is going to run into that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Someone is coming close to that taser and might get electrocuted. There he comes, and there is going to be a taser.
Oh!
No! Ah!
Why?
So high hopes!
Logan.
I believed in it. But that was disappointing. As the second season of 13 Reasons Why. Even worse. And there he shoots it like disrespect. Yeah, that's where a taser goes. But I didn't hear the scream, so I'm disappointed. If I don't hear the scream of the Zeus, every time before I go to bed, I listen to it. Just once. Very silent, like ASMR. You know, same thing. Played from speakers, very far away from the microphone.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do an impression of it.
Alex again playing the Houdini.
Peek and White, Dennis still having somehow an angle on him. Not quite sure how he found him. But both Twanu and Alex giving LDLC a quite good advantage of all of this. If Timo Richter and his entire squad can bring this into double digits, that's the question. Because I got the feeling they could.
Yeah, right now Sprout, we're waiting for some push of LDLC. Now they were trying to make something happen on the upper bomb side, but great answer from LDLC of the smoke, denying them any vision. And now time is running low for Sprout.
An adamant attack towards the A side, that might work. But Logan and all of his teammates are just ready. Can't find the first, might just continue, but there's the flashbang. How much do they check onto Dabadubek? They don't do too much, and Dennis, HP-wise, doesn't stand a chance. They have already Sprout on 8 rounds. This is more than the double they have achieved the first time both have played together here on Nuke. And Goodwitch.
David Goodwitch, yeah.
And Goodwitch. Something learned again. Data Safix just pushes through, and he doesn't get killed by Dabadubek. It felt like you could have never won the duel, but he wasn't having that even on his radar, not even expecting that would happen. And so Amanek, trapped for the moment, staying in hell, because up there, hell on earth has developed due to the flames, and one is already coming up the ladder. That will be Alex. He keeps his patience and he shoots! Can't connect onto Faven. Amanek staying alive. Another shot coming in. Percy securing it with a double. 9-6. CT site.
I mean, you just saw how Alex, or I think Longo Alex, thought for 1 second that the yellow thing he saw on the wall was a terrorist, but it was only a thing, I don't even know, some yellow helmet
Maybe.
from a
Construction worker.
construction worker.
This is sad.
Yeah, probably Alex and Logan. Not a big fan. Not big fans of YMCA.
Of construction workers?
Yeah.
Great music video. No, I can lie. It's a good video. It's a good track as well.
I mean, so far we see Nuke not that many flash assists, especially on the side of LDLC. Only with Tuanu and Alex helping out. On the other hand, I mean, Dennis with 8 flash assists, that's not so bad. Also Percy helping out a lot.
This is such a major difference.
Yeah.
Sure, you could say it's because of CTNT, but I mean, in total, this team has produced in total 19 flashed enemies throughout 15 rounds, and LDLCs there were 5.
Yeah.
This is just a support-heavy team.
And I mean, even Nuke, I would say Nuke is one of those maps where you don't use flashes that often compared to maybe a Cache or Mirage, where you can get some room control with one flash. Normally you just throw flashes when you go directly to a site.
It's really hard to also throw flash when you have to think that most of the sites you can hardly get it because you have a squeaky. Then how do you want to pop out a flash properly out of HUD onto the site? It's really tough in most situations. You need to clear a lot of room for that. And so Sprout, for 9-2-6, have achieved already a good bunch of the rounds. They have gotten themselves back during the first time. Might go 2-0 out of this if they'd like to. And as we have technical issues, we can talk about something. You know what we're going to have next week? There's a thing called bingo.
Yeah.
And that thing is going to be real cool.
I'm really looking forward to it. It sounds like a really cool add-on. I mean, you can still watch your favorite games.
Yeah.
You can win something.
Yeah.
You can get the whole family together, play some bingo.
Some bingo. Who doesn't want that? You know.
Yeah.
Your mother says, "Son, why are we not spending time together?"
Exactly.
He says, "We can. Let's play some unicorn bingo." And it hasn't been done in esports before, so I'm looking forward to that. How it's gonna go, how it will actually work, because I saw it so far and it looked really cool.
Yeah.
And thinking about it, well, maybe I get my mother to play it. Sometimes she watches, you know, and when she watches, I will be like, "Can you play bingo for me, please? Would be really nice of you."
I already called all my parents and grandparents.
All your parents? How many do you got?
Around 6.
Around 6.
It's a very diverse family.
Should I worry?
Why?
6 parents.
Yeah.
You leave a lot of room for interpretation here. You know that?
Maybe they are Mormons. I mean, I don't know.
And how should that work, in your opinion?
Probably not well in Germany.
And, well, 6 parents, that's a good one. So you have 6 times higher chances.
Of winning in
of
bingo.
winning in
Of
bingo.
course.
It's amazing. I should get more parents, possibly.
But now for real, I think what can be really nice for bingos, for example, what I really would like to see in Germany, now they're starting to have I don't even know what's the German English word for Verein.
Club.
Yeah. So the different clubs, for example, in esports clubs, local esports clubs, where they have some kind of headquarters or training quarters where you can go there. And I hope that especially public viewing will be like the normal thing.
Bigger thing than
Yeah, and I mean, it would be great. Let's say you go to a public viewing event, maybe at the evening, watching some UML with your friends, and then you all get your bingo cards and you play together.
That's actually a cool idea.
Yeah, I'm
talking about it. Traditional clubs. Esports Rhein-Neckar.
Yeah.
You saw them? They're actually advancing to the first division.
They're really. I mean, I like all the work they're doing as a local
it's a
club.
really. So if you're interested in German Counter-Strike a little bit, and if you want to know about German nerds, who actually made a local old sports club into a quite decent esports club, playing in one of the highest divisions in Germany, Esports Rhein-Neckar is the place. I think that's actually a shout out they have deserved. About it, really, because they're doing a lot of local work. They're really trying to get it to the people, embedding it into a very regular club system. Because we Germans are very traditional about this entire esports thing and clubs and all that stuff, which is quite annoying. But we can still do it here in the lovely Berlin at the Unicorn Studios, where you thankfully talk about esports and not e-gaming. So, don't get me started. Don't get me started. We are united by esports. That's, I think, one thing to really point out, because, well, in Germany to start that debate, because we're also having a German team here. There was a discussion from the National Olympic Federation
Yeah.
where they said we don't want to have to do anything with esports and want to do our own thing called e-gaming. That's like, whoa. I mean, esports can help you. We have our own federation. We have our own federation of esports, where also Niklas Timmerman, for example, is a part of. And well, they tried to help him, but they said, well, take that middle finger.
Yeah, but I think they're doing a great job promoting esports to the higher ups, to the politicians. I mean,
yes.
Even in the German parliament, we had a
recently
discussion.
had a debate there on that.
And like every party there, just positive words about esports being the future of the youth, maybe investing more into local clubs, and it sounds really great. I hope there will be some follow-ups.
Well, the contract of the coalition actually includes that participation and also supporting esport.
You're right. I also think there was a law passed that athletes competing in esport tournaments
from out of EU countries
Exactly.
can easier access Germany
Yeah.
regarding that. It's really cool.
It's a first step. I think it's an
It's a
important
right step.
Yeah,
It's a right
exactly.
step. And for actually a very young scene and a very young hobby, this is a good start of things.
Yeah.
What's not a good start of things? We're not getting ourselves done here on Nuke. 9-6, by the way. It has finished so far. The first half, where we have seen a little bit of a different sort of setup than we had it on Cash, where I would have said there was a way bigger variation of plays from the entire CT side when we saw Sprout playing Cash. We saw especially Nato Savix, for example.
Yeah.
He used to be much of a B-side player, and there he had a few situations where he decided back on Cash, okay, I'm going to aggressively push through B, and I stay backside, and then I somehow play close middle, and don't get greedy. Just smoke off, just leave again. I got my one frag, I'm done, I'm packing my bags, I'm out of here.
Yeah, well, I would say, I mean, you have some options on Nuke to play this aggressive style with an AWP to get an entry, but Cash is way easier. If you have a top spawn, you exactly know what you can do. The B push is always an option. I mean, we saw the middle thing. You Molotov of middle, so no one can push you fast, and then you peek over this Molotov. You have also an advantage if you're close to the Molotov. And on Nuke, it's kind of hard of that way. I mean, you could try to push maybe ramp close by, but even then, you're always in danger of getting just traded really fast. So I think Nuke is a little bit different in that regard.
Well, what I have to say is, though, it seems like what's a problem right now for LDLC, that they're relying usually on a guy like Emanek.
Yeah.
And sure, you have to mention that it's still him not having a good time on Cash in general. On Nuke, that's different. He still doesn't really get up to the level we know him. We have seen him against Freddy Max.
Yeah.
Phenomenal plays by him. Just individual skill where he showed us that he's someone to look out for. If this guy has his AWP in his hands, he knows that you're behind the smoke, and he knows that how to take you out.
I would even say, I think he's not even performing any better on Nuke. I mean, he has some frags on his scoreboard, but those frags, if you look at it, I think they're not that impactful frags. I mean, especially the 2-3 frags he got in the round where Sprout had the full eco. So, impactful-wise, I think Emanek just probably has a bad day. Yeah.
Yeah, and what's also worth mentioning, besides impact, you can have your impact on the United Masters League. The social media, of course, is a place where we always can find us. And the social media of the UML would logically be UM_league. And, well, you're watching on Twitch. You're not watching on YouTube or this weird Facebook thing.
Yeah.
So, follow us on Twitch, of course, as well. There you have all the links. The man with the fingers. Good. You know, the thing is, you never see my hands, so you could believe that I don't have fingers. Is that really necessary?
What?
Did you wiggle with the logo like that?
I'm just trying to make it more colorful.
Colorful?
Yeah.
Come on, just do it again. Tell me how you put color. How do you put color to this? What are you doing? Why like that? Can you try to make it like Kamehameha? Like
Of my hands? But it's
where's it come? Can we have it again? Can we have it? It comes like this. Okay, so the other side. It comes like this.
But then it's your.
No, it's coming from you. Starting
from me.
Yeah.
Like this.
We're trying. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. I want to see that. Come on. Come on. Oh, that was actually good. That was actually really good. That fitted perfectly. So there's the social media of the United Master Leagues. We directly continue, though, with LDLC versus Sprout on Nuke. Okay, well, I was screwed over. I just saw them playing. I was massively bamboozled. Counter-Strike is like the game of bamboozles, actually. We had a few situations where jumping. The worst thing, that was tricked today, where you saw it was good Schnetker
Yeah.
jumping lower tunnels. No, whilst moving, shooting, and dinking his teammate.
Yeah, you're
was
right.
like-
You're right.
That's the biggest oof I've ever seen in my life. That
Yeah,
was
even Borup was a little bit surprised where the headshot was coming
yeah, I
from.
mean that you usually don't expect your teammates to backstab you that way, but suddenly it goes like that.
What would you say? What was your favorite highlight so far of
Of
the
today?
games? Yeah, or what we saw. Maybe a frag highlight you have still in mind, or
Off
a play?
today, it's really difficult to point that out. I liked Hampus a lot with his aggression on
Mhm.
Dust 2. He really had a
Yeah.
few situations where he thought this was extremely risky,
Yeah.
but he's mastered it with so much confidence. But if we're just going for one single play,
Mhm.
how Disco Doppelin played out on the A side, Auto ND, when he was just
Yeah.
doing 2 frags and he's jumped out up the box, had the exact
Yeah.
right crosshair
Yeah,
on
you're
it,
right.
and just made it work. That was beautiful. Red Reserve
Yeah.
today was definitely a game to watch.
Yeah, and I think my highlight would be Logan with the deagle on 4.
Oh yeah,
I
okay, that
mean,
was beautiful.
winning around alone by himself for LDLC in the end, still not working quite well for LDLC, but still.
It was unfortunate for them,
Yeah.
really, but it still looked really good. That was a thing you could put in a frack movie,
Yeah.
if you would ask me.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's not what it's about. At the end of the day, you really have to make a team performance work. And team performance-wise, we have seen Sprout being a really, really good balanced team. They have sometimes their star performances from a guy like Faven, from a
Yeah.
guy like NATO or Dennis, but it comes a lot down to the support that has been given. Percy, one of the best supporters right now you can see in Sprout or an entire server, because we have seen it, I think, in a few beginning rounds, there was the advanced stats where we saw the flashbangs
Mhm.
that came out of Percy.
Yeah.
And that's allowing you so many frags. We've seen it perfectly on Mirage as well yesterday, where there's 61. The lads of LDLC.
Yeah.
Middle was very well contested, giving NATO a lot of space to work with. So if you really want to learn a little bit about support, and if you really want to learn a little bit like how do I support teammates, I think taking a look at Sprout in this league is definitely a good option.
Especially the important thing is when you try to have these flash setups.
Yeah.
That you have one player, let's say for example you have a player on cache on the A side, you're playing quad. So normally maybe you take the first peek, you see an enemy. And then you just wait and bide your time until your teammates call a flash for you. Because we see some players getting a little bit greedy, a little bit maybe too anxious, just peeking out again before the flash even pops, and then you giant the whole A control in this gun. So
yeah.
Sprout really I like, especially how Faven always just takes the time, plays it really cool, and just waits for the flash to come in.
I mean, he showed us what he can do just intelligence-wise yesterday with that free kill
Yeah,
of Mirage.
that
In the end,
was
that was
insane.
beautiful, but in general, he has showed us very many great game sense situations
Yeah.
already on Mirage, on Cash it was,
Yeah.
where there were many situations where you would expect maybe there won't be a player coming.
Mhm.
One of the things I find most remarkable, there was one aggression from LDLC where one individual, I think it was Alex, coming up highway. And two
Yeah.
players were really focused on that main controller because they're making a lot of noise.
Mhm.
But Faven peeks out, finds the player in the end, and this is exactly where your game sense and your awareness really strikes.
Yeah.
And I think Sprout, I doubted them in the start a lot because they haven't really given us any good performances. They haven't given us any good performances, period.
Yeah, I mean, the only performance that would stand out is maybe the qualification for the
Sure, but-
closed minor in the first try, but still I know what you mean. Nothing too big, nothing too
Yeah.
flashy like LDLC.
And Meisterchef
I-
doesn't count.
Yeah, of course not. And like LDLC making it to the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
That's nothing like on that caliber. Yeah.
That's true. That's really, really true. But I think maybe he's only on his caliber because he drinks a lot of runtime.
Probably.
Possibly.
And probably has a Ryzen 2700X.
Wait, don't you have actually a Ryzen in
Yeah,
your PC?
I have the Ryzen 7 2700X. It's like, I think it's the best new Ryzen there is out there.
Okay.
It's perfect for streaming. I mean, the thing is you have even way more threads than the Intel counterpart. So if you're streaming, of course, you want to have more threads.
Yeah.
And especially, I mean, if you want to stream and you don't have the best internet. So I'm probably talking to most people living in Germany
Yes,
and Eastern
yes.
Europe maybe even. So if you have a low bitrate, you want to stream via the X264
Yeah,
codec, I
X264.
think. Yeah.
Yep.
So that means it's going through your CPU,
Mhm.
the performance. And there, the AMD Ryzen is a very good choice. So if you have a low bitrate, just take a Ryzen. I think you will be very happy with the results.
Well, I'd be happy if I'd have a Ryzen. I don't. I will probably never rise up. I mean, there's definitely a bit of equipment that you can always need regarding that, and that's a great thing. Coming back to that about bingo, because bingo is not only a fun thing; you can win something there, and that we're going to talk about that next week. We're really going to reveal that for you what it's all about. There's already bingo existing on the Unicorn page, but we're really introducing it to you and making you understand, because it is not only an advertisement; it's actually a fun thing. Which if I would watch Counter-Strike always on a regular basis and not casting it in my way, then I would probably do it.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way you can lose. You can just win. So if you get lucky, you follow your
and you go
favorite
to G2.
teams. Yeah, and if you're lucky and French, you go to G2. Otherwise, if you're lucky, maybe you can win some nice prizes.
Yeah.
You can still watch your favorite CS games and have some fun. So
you can't complain.
Yeah.
You basically cannot complain about that.
And it's free. I mean, you don't have to pay anything.
You don't have to play anything. You just get something for watching Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
Basically, it sounds odd.
It's a dream.
It's a dream. Yeah. You didn't make it pro. It doesn't matter. You watch the pros, and when you're watching the pros, you're able to really make it work.
I mean, you see great Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
You learn something by watching the stream, and you can even win something.
Yeah, all of it.
Yeah.
Well, now you can learn something by rewatching the VOD, or right now grabbing yourself something to drink, something to eat. We'll take a little break. We'll just be right back. We have a little bit of technical difficulties, but the United Masters League will resume in just a second.
Let's go.
Welcome back. Hello.
Is it me you're looking for?
I can see it in your eyes.
It's NATO clutching the round, maybe.
Well, let's see it, if it's gonna be the icing on the cake with just the scouts. Well, he got the ZZ, 5 HP on Deladuex, so Don't call it impossible. Takes a time with his Tigris. Well, doesn't even check. Wants to get out. And Little sees the bit of the body.
Perfect.
It works time-wise, if I'm not totally wrong.
Yeah, it should
And therefore,
work out fine.
Sprout has lost the first one. If you take a look on the scoreboard real quick, or more on the top, they're coming back. So it's looking good for them. Yeah, I mean, that was working. Double digits achieved right now by Sprout. And that's, first of all, the classic economy bug. Or not, bug is the wrong word, sorry. The economy problem that occurs with this new economy where you get reset.
Yep.
And then you're like, really reset.
Yeah, it's a hard reset. But Dennis a little bit of trouble. I mean, the two AKs and Tuanu already finding Dennis. Nato not really able to connect any shot now after the third try. But also very optimistic from David Duvek to challenge the up of Nato with only a deagle.
I feels confident. I mean, David Duvek is someone who can also aim quite properly, so I wouldn't even be surprised if he would have found that. I think he saw a little bit of the gap, and Percy continues, but goes down the stairs, because there would be unnecessary risk if he would have continued. The aggression, where he doesn't even see a thing, where he hopes the bullets land somewhere, and Nate is positioning perfection, and that will be LDLC. In case Amanek and Logan can come up with any French miracle, falling short. This man could even fall due to fall damage, but it's Speedy taking him out. This will be right now an economy, an eco, coming in, of course, from LDLC. An economic intervention, you could say.
Very well put.
Some days, you know.
It looks like LDLC are trying to make something happen outside. All 5 players on the silo. And it's a shooting range for NATO. Getting the first, even finding the second. Dennis helping out a little bit. And NATO nearly finding Amanek.
Beautiful. Exactly what he would be looking for.
Yeah.
The alacrity of playing with pistols, that's nice, but it doesn't get you anywhere. And this is where LDLC starting to lose a little of room, starting to lose time, and starting to not see anything going in their way.
It's also interesting, we saw Sprout on the T side, NATO not playing the AWP that often, more or less always going for the AK. On the LDLC side we can see Tuanu buying the AWP as soon as possible, so LDLC probably more or less relying on the AWP of Tuanu to find an opening.
Oh, and this is something we have seen. If you remember, Tuanu doing something very similar, but he got the support player with himself, the Speedy with the AWP. And this is the problem, when you don't seize the trophy room, when you don't even go that aggressively, Sprout now realized, I can take that aggression and I will do it.
Yeah, especially, first of all, I mean, you just mentioned it, NATO on cash, always trying to get the first entry, now pushing towards ramp, and also, I think they won't expect Speedy around the corner. Now Percy having a perfect read, but Alex a little bit faster than Percy. And now it's a 4v4. But I think Dennis has not been spotted yet. Now he should be known.
The thing about NATO Safix is, he only was underperforming in duels against Logan and David Duvek. Otherwise, in every single duel, NATO was the winner, and NATO Safix just jumps down. Maybe he broke his legs, but that doesn't even matter. Finds 2. Sprout is on the right track to take this home. Oh, and he just gets dinged through the box. How unlucky could Amanek get in this one? Favin, he might be just playing from outside, coming in the right time. He's trapped, but right now, where is Favin? Where is the supporter? He doesn't even find the kill onto him. Time is running away. Favin just needs to stay alive. What is this duel? This is sort of getting weird. And he right now grabs his ZZ, but Favin is like, okay, what is this trickery? Kid, stop playing. And he gets Amanek in the end.
I think I could hear NATO screaming in TeamSpeak. Where are you, Faven? Yeah. Faven taking his time, of course. Didn't want to make any noise. And now LDLC again with the eco round. Now they have some losing bonus. That's why they could invest some money into this round. That is finding David Duvek through the wall. In the meantime, LDLC already down secret, but I think this should be known. Dennis needs to be a little bit more careful.
Oh, Dennis,
Oh,
you can
Dennis.
retreat. There he finds another. He runs away from the action. The nade goes deep. It goes down, but it doesn't deal any damage. And this is right now allowing LDLC to get on the sides.
It's a little bit cozy near the event.
Oh, very warm, but they still got speedy. Couldn't imagine someone is actually expecting Emo Richter to stand in exactly that position, but right now he plays on that. He was announced now. Those shots from Logan exposed him. Otherwise, it probably would have worked for Speedy, who now secures himself the double. And Amanek all down to you to ace this. Unrealistic it is. Might get the C4 down. Could just try to see some control over the vents. Dennis is low HP, so another frag he could grab, but Sprout got this. Quite sure Sprout got this. And Dennis comes in. The buy of LDLC is decent. But either way, Sprout is running away with this.
I mean, big shout out to Dennis. Not only performing yesterday, also keeping up his top form. 23 frags for him right now. Even 5 assists. He has been doing a very great job lately. I mean, he's not the player you see get those flashy 4Ks, maybe a 1v3 clutch, but he's always consistently finding those 1-2 kills early into the round. And in the end, they all just charge up. And I mean, 23 frags is quite decent for 21 rounds. I mean, in average, every round he gets at least 1 kill and some damage.
I mean, when we take a look at the scoreboard, we will probably see the ADR. The advanced stats will tell us that. She knows already.
Yeah, 112.
112.
I mean, again, look at the flash assists. I mean, 10
This
on Dennis,
unbelievable.
top fragging and top flashing.
Then comes Percy.
Yeah.
24 enemies flashed, 22 rounds. Compare that with LDLC. Well, right now on the T side.
Yeah, especially Amanek doesn't seem to be a big fan of flashes.
No. I can relate though. And this has no good bit of information. Players are coming close, and it seems like LDLC is doing it in a very artless way. Effort seems low. It's unfortunate. Dennis doesn't even check that one. There he comes in a little late. Lets 2 of his teammates die. Percy doesn't even check the left-hand corner. Dings down Debudak. But Speedy, the Yawk, no scope, doesn't even matter. Brings it to number 15. And the buy a little worsened right now than the previous one. 3.5. Try to put that to use.
Yeah, LDLC now grasping for straws. And it doesn't look too good. At least for AKs, but not that much utility. So they will heavily rely on some opening kills, and Dennis, perfect move, perfect flash!
Flashbang, this is so beautiful! And he finds the triple, can't connect onto the 4th, but this is what team play looks like.
Mwah.
This is tactical finesse, this is relying on each other, and he trusts his teammate. This is a crucial aspect. He trusts that he doesn't miss the flash, he trusts that the opponent will be flashed. Ta-da. The Sprout way of things. Debudak, he surely wants to smash Sprout way of things. And this is really great Counter-Strike. You love to see this. You love to watch all of this.
Yeah.
Because this doesn't only rely on one single guy doing frags. This really relies on coordinating it together. Orchestrating it. Seeing how it goes. And a tiny gap might make the Safix benefit that.
Yep.
It does make it work. This is a 16-7. Unbelievable. Sprout changing the outcome from actually losing against LDLC yesterday, 16-11, being in a slump, Favor not performing, same for a few players, changing the entire thing up.
I mean, you adored them for a start. I'm already wearing the Sprout colors.
That was everything?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, well, we saw some beautiful Counter-Strike today. We saw definitely Fave and NATO and Co getting into all 4 best of 2s we had in total. By the way, this means that right now, Sprout is taking the lead in the United Masters League, so standing where they're on the top. Otherwise, well, that's the moment where today ends. It was Wednesday, 4 best of 2s we had. United Masters League says bye-bye for today, but logically, check those socials we got. where you can actually, well, find us on every single channel, on Twitch as well as on Twitter. The League, the man with the fingers. You still don't get it right, though. How long will that take? Exactly. That's what I wanted to hear. See you guys tomorrow. Once more, 3 p.m. See you then.
As a leader in advanced PC technology, AMD supercharges the next major milestone in delivering smooth gameplay with 8K, HDR, and Radeon FreeSync 2 display support. 8K resolution delivers the next level of realism to gaming visuals, bringing to life 16 times the number of pixels of 1080p. HDR delivers seemingly lifelike scenes with darker darks and lighter lights, taking gameplay image quality to the next level. FreeSync 2 technology delivers low latency HDR and low frame rate compensation for smooth, stutter-free gaming. Unlock a brilliant gaming experience with Radeon graphics, powered by Radeon software.